Hello all my makeup freaks and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Stephanie. So I know I'm like zoomed in. I hope I'm not like super crazy. It's kind of hard to tell just the way my camera is, how like super close or how far away y'all are. But yeah, hopefully y'all are not like straight up my nose and seeing every pore I have. As you can see, I do not have makeup on. I thought I would do a little get ready with me kind of chit chat to let you know what's going on in my life. Kind of the direction of my channel that I kind of want to take my channel in, or like how I see it going in. And yeah, so let's get ready with me. Now I will have to say that a lot of the products I'm using is MAC, at least like the eyeshadows, but I'm going to do a very like fall look. So let's get started. I have like the Too Faced primer on my face. I can't think of what the name of that primer is called. Like Hangover RX, I think it's called, yeah. So I'll list all the products down below. But I'm going to start off with the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Foundation. And I am back to like my super pale self. So this is 01 Bare Porcelain. I had actually went up to, oh my goodness, the number 2, which is like the difference between Casper and just being like really super pale. So I'm back to being Casper, basically. And I also have like the little Bare Minerals brush. I'm just going to put a couple little squirts in there, kind of move my hair out of the way. And while I'm doing my foundation, which is pretty self-explanatory, I'm just doing circular motions to get my foundation blended into my skin. Let's talk about my hair. As you can see, it is pretty shaved down short, and that's kind of a funny story. I decided I wanted the other part of my head, or the other side, to be shaved down too, which if you saw my other videos with my hair kind of cut like this, it was not on both sides. I just had it on this side, but I decided to go ahead and do that other side because I could flip my hair back and forth and wear it on either side that I wanted to. I thought that was pretty neat. And my mom is a former beautician, so some of y'all may know it, some of y'all may not. But anyway, so she's the one that I get to normally like trim my hair up. I went to another friend of mine that is a hairdresser when I first got my hair cut, and then she's just been trimming it as I needed. So I was like, hey mom, let's do this, and we'll just like trim down the rest of it just a little bit to blend, because it was going to be a little bit different size wise because the sides and the back had grown out a little bit. So I'm just going down my neck. I don't have to go like super far because my foundation does match my skin, but you always kind of want to blend it down. You don't want like a harsh line, because your foundation can always be just a little bit off from your neck color. So sometimes your face is a little lighter than your neck color. Sometimes your face is a little darker. It just depends on your skin. But you want it to blend. So always blend down your neck just a little bit. If you're really changing the color of your skin, then you go, of course, further down. And, you know, I would suggest not doing that. I know there's certain cases where you kind of want to do that or have to, but just for like everyday use, I would not suggest doing that. So I'm just going to do my forehead. So my mom like does that and it looks good. She did like a number 2 guard. Everything is fine. And then she has to get some scissors, because normally like I have this kind of angled and she has to do that with scissors. So she went to go get her scissors. Lily comes into the room and removes the number 2 guard off of the clippers without me or my mom noticing, because the clippers were actually, I was sitting in a chair. The clippers were on the floor behind me. So Lily removes the guard. My mom uses the scissors and then picks up the clippers just to like clean up the back a little bit, like some places she missed, and basically skint to the scalp a big chunk of my hair. So all of it, of course, had to be gone over, because I couldn't just have like a hollow like to the scalp place in the back of my head. That wouldn't look right. And so yeah, so that's how my hair got this short. And this is actually probably a little over a week of growth. Maybe close to 2 weeks. I'm not sure. Yeah, I would say like a little over a week. So that was fun. Now, actually, funny enough, I've had like several compliments on my hair being this short. So you can tell me like, what do you think? Normally I have this kind of like style the way it is. And sometimes I wear it back. I think it looks a little weird when I'm wearing it back when it's this short, but I still like to do that. I'm going to be using NARS concealer in Chantilly and just going to put a little bit under my eyes. I'm not doing like super crazy. I'm not going to like super contour or super highlight or anything. This is just kind of like an everyday look, but I just kind of wanted to do a fall look. And yeah, so I don't know. I'm doing a little bit more concealer than normal. I don't know why. Just sometimes you get into it. So this is probably the most concealer that I use. If I use a bunch of concealer, this would be as much concealer as I ever use. Does that make sense? Okay. Let's hope that makes sense. So this is just an e.l.f. brush. And then I just blend the concealer in. And this is really the only concealer that I found that's lighter than me. And what's crazy is it's not like crazy lighter than me, but it is lighter, so it kind of highlights a little bit, which is why I put it on my nose and I put it on my forehead. I'm just blending. Then I'm going to do the underneath my eyes. Next, I'm going to be using the NARS translucent crystal powder. I'm not going to show you my powder because for whatever reason this powder gets like really gross when you start using it, and I have to clean it a lot, which is really the only thing I don't like about it. I love the way the powder looks. I don't think if you are if you have like a very dark complexion, I don't think that it would work all that great for you, because I think it could look a little too ashy, or you could like see like the white cast to it. So if you're like medium to tan or darker, I don't know that this would work for you, but pale skin to medium would probably like really love this powder. I'm just going to go ahead and throw it on my Milani eyeshadow primer. As you can see, it is almost gone. So I'm just trying to use this up, and I'm just going to put a little bit on, and I go ahead and do it now just so it has time to kind of like set while I'm doing everything else, and then you can go back to it. This is just kind of a little step that you don't have to worry about. So there you go. And I always use eyeshadow primer. I don't always use face primer, but I do always like to use eyeshadow primer. Next up, I'm in love with this blush, and I'm probably going to be doing a like favorite fall lipsticks, favorite fall blushes, favorite fall eyeshadows, and this would definitely be on my favorite fall blushes. This is from Sleek, and it is pomegranate, and when you see it, you'll be like, yes, that is a fall blush if I ever saw one. There you go. It is gorgeous, gorgeous. It's like a cranberry color. So I'm not going to do any contouring. I'm just going to pick up some of this color and put it right on my cheeks. I'm just going to blend that in, and it is just like the prettiest fall blush. It really, really is. I love it. And then it may look a little bit too dark on my skin until I get like all my other makeup going, but it definitely already like brings some color to my face, because I know I get a little paled out when I put my foundation on. So you can see I kind of did a bigger swatch of blush than I normally do, but that's because I didn't do any contouring, and I'm going to put a little bit, just a tiny little bit in my temple area. And this is kind of contouring, but just with blush, and it's just adding a little bit of color to my face. You do not want to put like as much blush if you're doing that at your temple than you put on your cheeks. You just want to kind of take what you already had on your brush and just add a little bit of color there. I'm going to be using the Salon Perfect brow pomade in dark brown just to do my brows, because this isn't going to be like a look that I need to last for a super long time. And while I really like this one because it is very, very creamy, it stays creamy, it doesn't last as long as the NYX or the Anastasia. So I just like to use it when it's just going to be kind of a light day and I'm not going to have to go too many places, and I'm using the brush that comes with it. So I'm just brushing through my brows, and I'm going to go in and just start to create my brow. I don't know how much of this I'm going to leave in the video, just because my brows take me a while, and I have plenty of brow tutorials, and I kind of want to get into more where I can actually like talk to you. When I'm doing my brows, I kind of have to concentrate a little bit more. Okay, so as you can see, I have my brows done and one eye just to save time. Now, like I said before, all of the shadows I'm using are from MAC. So let's start off with Vex first. And I'm going to kind of put this down as a base color, and then I will put something else on top of it. But this, and I'm sorry, you're going to hear Lily because she's fussing with Sebastian about prize eggs on his phone. She wants to watch it. So I'm just going to pick up this color and I'm just going to put this on my lower lid. And I guess, let's see, what was the next thing that I wanted to talk about? I guess like what's going on in my life. And as you know, like a while back I had started a new job and it was not working out, honestly. Like, I loved the job. It wasn't the job. I actually really liked the people that I was working for. Mainly it was a lot of hours and it was on my feet the whole time. I do not have good ankles and good knees to begin with, and it was kind of killing me, actually. It was really bad to the point where I was having difficulty really like walking when I wasn't at work, just because like my knees would pop, my ankles were swelling. It was just really painful. So I was trying to find a new job and I found one, which I'm not going to talk too much about that one just because it's really new and it's kind of challenging, to be honest. But basically I'm on the phone a lot just calling people, and it's kind of stressful because I do have kind of numbers or quotas that I have to fulfill in that job, or like I would be out of a job. So it's a little stressful to me, but I think I'm going to enjoy it. So let's just keep our fingers crossed about that. Also, this job will make me have a lot more freedom to do YouTube, which if you've noticed, like the past week, I've had quite a few more videos up than normal. So I'm very excited. Okay, so this color, and I forgot to tell you that I was putting on, this is Patina, which looks like that. It's a gorgeous color, and I'm putting that on top of the Vex. Both of these colors are kind of light, but they add something to the lid because I'm not going to put really a whole lot of darkness on the lid. I'm just going to keep this nice and bright. As you can see in this look, I don't have like a whole lot going on. It's just a nice fall look. So yeah, I'm just smoothing that, and now a motorcycle goes by. So I'm just like patting this on top of the Vex. Moving on to the third color, and this is Satin Taupe. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous color. I love that, and I'm going to actually use that just in my crease. So this is going to go all the way over, very lightly, and then just blend up. Just like that. Now, some people love MAC eyeshadows and some people don't. I will say I love MAC eyeshadows, but they are kind of like hard pressed. So you kind of have to get through the first layer of product before you're getting enough on your brush. So if you're kind of new to MAC, just be aware of that. You do kind of have to like scratch off that first layer a little bit because they are like pretty hard pressed in there. Next, I'm going to be using this gorgeous color, which is kind of like the highlight of the whole look, and it is Cranberry. Now, I'll say like another color you could use is Plum Dressing. Plum Dressing is a little bit more purple. I have both. I love both. But this one to me just screams fall. Very Thanksgiving-esque, you know. So I'm just going to place this here on my outer V, and this is going to kind of go over onto my lid some, and it's going to go up onto where that Satin Taupe color is, kind of in like a V formation. So it is kind of my outer V color, but it's going more onto my lid than I would traditionally bring that color. And I'm going to kind of bring it right into the crease a little bit too. I'm just basically blending this. Like I said, this look is very, very simple. So it's great for someone that uses makeup all the time, and it's great for someone that is just kind of starting out. And definitely the winger liner takes a little practice, but you can always skip that. It is not a necessity. I've just become obsessed with wing liners lately. Okay, so next I'm going to be taking this color, which is Ploof. You've probably seen me use this a lot. It is one of my most used highlight colors, and this is going to be right on my brow bone. And I'm also blending the top of those shadows with the brush that I'm putting my brow bone color on with, and then I'm blending the side here. So I just kind of wanted to clean that up. I'm also going to take a little bit of this color and plop it right, oh, plop is such a gross word, and put it right here in my corner just to brighten that up. You want like a lot of emphasis and a lot of brightness right there. This isn't like a super dark look, so it wouldn't be like completely important, but I like that little extra special brightness. Okay, so next is my liner, if I can find it. And I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom line first. This is the Urban Decay liner in 1999, and it is kind of a red purple. So I'm going to put this on the bottom lash line. And I don't like to carry liner too far into the corner, so just make sure you go to only like 1/3 of your eye. Because I think if you go too far, then you're going to look like your eyes are really, really small and close together. And that's not a look that usually is too attractive on anyone, unless you have like super, super big eyes and you actually want your eyes to appear smaller, then that is actually a good way to do that. Okay, and then with just a little pencil brush, I'm going to go back into Cranberry, pick up just a little bit of that and go over that liner. And this way you get a little bit more of that cranberry color versus the purple color, and it blends out that liner just a little bit too. Okay, so next I'm going to try to make the same liner on this eye that I did on this eye, and I'm going to be using the Hard Candy Stroke of Gorgeous eyeliner, which is not my favorite, but is what I have available. So I'm going to just go ahead and start. And I'll tell you why it's not my favorite, because when you try to go back over it, it doesn't go back over itself very well. You have to kind of play around with it, and it's just a little tricky to use, but my other liners are drying out. So here we go. I kind of did it to maybe like 1/3, and then I'm actually going to draw a line kind of going down. And I will have to say that this is like the bad eye for me to try to do liner on. I don't know why, but I'm just going to draw a line going down and then going over, and then I'm going to play with that line, bringing it down and bringing it up until where it is the same. And it is kind of, I actually kind of did a pretty good job. I'm just going to have to play around with it a little bit more. And yes, I know my camera died, so that's why I'm like zoomed back out. But I'll zoom back in and I'll be back in just a second. Okay guys, so there is the liner. I think I actually did pretty decent for this to be like the bad eye that I have problems with. I don't know why I have problems with that eye, but I just do. So I'm going to be using the Flower Beauty Volumizing Mascara. Just going to throw a couple of coats on, and then that's going to be the eyes done, and then we're only going to have to do lips. And so this is going to be just a lovely kind of quick, easy fall look. What's funny is I feel like this is an easy look, and it's taken me forever because I keep having like technical difficulties and like my camera dying and all this kind of good stuff. So I even had to stop at one point and go to dinner. So going back to the job, it's great because I'm going to have a lot more time to do YouTube, but then again, it's a little stressful because I do have quotas that I have to meet. So yeah, everybody needs to get paid, and especially here, like coming up in the holiday months, kind of have to. So yeah, that's going to be my priority. But as far as YouTube, I'm going to try to at least have a video every other day. It may come back to where I'm doing almost every day. That would be like ideal, honestly. But I don't know. We're going to have to see how this job works out and just the amount of hours I need to concentrate on the job before I promise anything. What I would really love to hear from y'all is what your favorite videos from me are. Do you like the Tuesday tags? Do you like the Saturday sillinesses? Do you want to have me do more tutorials? Do you like it all? Do you want me to talk about different subjects? Which I kind of am going to talk about some, I know, because I have a few like ideas like lined up. Okay, so this is the eyes. I really love just like the simplicity of this. It just like is just so pretty, but it's like, it's simple and it's fall and I just love it. So I'm going to zoom out and show you what lipstick I'm going to use, and then we'll end the video. Okay guys, I picked two lipsticks. I can't decide which one I'm going to use. I've got Media and I've got Dark Side. So this is what Dark Side looks like, and then this is what Media looks like. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to go with, I think I'm going to go with Media, even though like Dark Side, I love Dark Side, but let's do Media. And hopefully it'll look good. Oh yeah, I think it's going to look good. I'm glad I picked Media. So this is like a super dark burgundy color, but it has a little bit of that cranberry undertone. I think this may be my go-to fall lipstick for this year. I don't know. Like, that is gorgeous. So, oh my goodness. So here is the look. Y'all know how much I love like a dark lip. That is my signature thing. Like, no matter what color, I love like a nice dark lip. And I love MAC lipstick. I mean, let's not lie. I love MAC lipstick. And it kills me a little bit inside that I can't wear it anymore. I will have a video talking about some of my thoughts on animal testing and just kind of new realizations about things. I will have a video probably about pansexuality coming up. So just let me know like what other topics that you would like to hear me talk about, or maybe you don't want me to make videos at all. If you don't want me to make videos at all, just like don't comment, because like you're not the people that I want. I want all of my makeup freaks and all my loves to like comment. So I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you enjoyed this video and I love you. Bye. Oh, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you're not already, because you get to see more of my face. Bye.